BBC Radio London.
Make a difference.
Well, this is a lovely one. Pay close attention if you are a young person. The hunt is on to find 10 young people to join a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Antarctica on the world's first carbon-negative expedition. Adventurers Dwayne Fields and Phoebe Smith have successfully raised enough funds for their We Too Foundation to take a group of 10 underprivileged young people on the journey next year. And I'm joined by both of them. Dwayne and Phoebe join me on the programme. Hi, you two. Morning.
Morning, Vanessa.
Oh, how great to have you on the show. Should we start with you, Phoebe? How did the idea come about? A, B, what is a carbon negative expedition? Because forgive me, I need a bit of information, and then we can go on to who you want to take with you and how it's all going to go. So, Phoebe, the trip, the idea, and the carbon negative expedition. Tell me more.
So both myself and Dwayne have, long been into the outdoors and adventure and had a real love for nature and the environment. And we realised that we both experienced very similar barriers to get into adventure in the outdoors, but for very different reasons, because of the areas we grew up, because I was a woman, Dwayne as a black man. And we sort of thought if we work together to reach more young people from disadvantaged areas across the UK, we can get them to fall in love with nature and the environment and want to protect it. So that's how the We Too Foundation was born. And then we wanted to do something big as the first trip, and that was to take young people to Antarctica, somewhere that they never in their wildest dreams would have thought they could get to, and see how what we do here in the UK affects the Antarctic, and how what happens in Antarctica with rising sea levels affects us here back in the UK.
And raising the funds, I don't suppose that was easy, especially if it's you two plus 10.
No, so we kick-started it actually before all COVID kicked off, which was at the end of 2019. Both myself and Dwayne decided to do an Antarctic-style expedition here in Britain, and we walked the length of the UK from the northernmost point of the mainland, Dunnet Head, to the southernmost at Lizard Point, which was about 838 miles, and we did it over Christmas, pulling all our equipment in sleds and camping the entire way. And that kick-started fundraising. And then luckily, we had very kind sponsors come on board to help kit out the youngsters, to give us discounted rates. And now we have all the cabins and flights booked to get the young people over there in February 2022.
Well, Dwayne, let's bring you on board this. I mean, such an exciting option, such a great thing if you get to be one of the 10 young people who joins you. So what are you looking for in the applications?
Well, we're looking for exactly what Phoebe mentioned before, in terms of we're looking for young people who never thought that they'd ever get an opportunity like this. Now, in all likelihood, that's going to be young people from deprived areas across the UK. It's going to be young people who've never been told they're going to achieve anything. It's going to be young girls who thought adventure was for, a big, strong, strap-in guy. Mm-hmm. It's going to be young black boys just like me, or young Asians just like the friends I grew up with, who never thought Antarctica would be a place they'd see. So if you're somebody who has a level of intelligence, if you're somebody that wants more, but the only thing that's lacking is the opportunity, well, we're looking for you. And if you're a social worker, a teacher, a youth worker, a member of the youth offending team, whatever you do in life, you come across young people. Yeah. If you know a young person that you think, actually, that person's a good fit, that young person might be a perfect candidate, nominate them, put their names down, because they don't have a chance if you don't put their name down.
Absolutely right. Tell me about the sorts of things that they might be required to do when they get there. For example, will there be a very high level of physical fitness required? I mean, will they need to be climbing things and rowing across things and running up things? I mean, you can't even imagine the whole thing. But I mean, will it be that type of very physically active thing, or will they need to be sort of compiling research? Will they need to be pretty sort of academically able to get all the information recorded in the right kind of way? Once you get there, then what?
You're spot on. They're going to be doing some helping support research, citizen science. They're going to be helping to collect data, collect samples, make observations. This isn't something that you need to be Einstein for, so I don't want to frighten anyone off. This isn't something that you need to be super fit for. This is all about just an introduction into a completely different way of life, a different career path that you might not otherwise be exposed to. It's about introducing you to meteorologists, deep sea biologists, marine biologists.
Oh, blimey.
You name it, they're going to be on board this vessel carrying out research. And, as a young person, I think if you can put your name to a piece of research which is published in the next 2, 5, 10 years, that's a sense of pride.
Absolutely.
That gives you a sense of self-confidence. And
imagine that on your CV.
Imagine?
Cool, yeah, really superb. I mean, an absolute head start in life, you would think. So how long is the trip and how many nights aboard the vessel?
So the trip itself will last, it's a 12-day cruise, and they'll be on board the vessel from the 27th of February all the way through till the 9th of March. And we will be, it's an amazing vessel, first of all. I just want to highlight the fact that the vessel is one of the very, very few, very rare hybrid ships floating on the ocean right now.
Wow.
It's called the Fridtjof Nansen. It reuses engine heat and engine coolant, the heat generated from the engines. It runs on batteries for part of the time as well. So it's a brilliant vessel. Every single aspect of this trip is all about carbon reduction and safeguarding for the next generation.
Yeah, no, we know what the gen is and we totally get it. The thing is, you're selling this so well, Phoebe and Dwayne. I'm absolutely desperate to come. I'm not even joking. Tell us a bit about the fashion requirements, because is it going to, forgive me for asking this question if it's utterly ridiculous and I'm a total fool. Tell me, Vanessa, you don't understand, do you? You've got this well wrong. But is it going to be freezing cold?
So actually, Antarctica, when we go, it's the Antarctica, even though it's our winter, it's their summer because they're in the southern hemisphere.
Okay.
So it's actually, so you're probably looking at unless something goes very terribly wrong, -7 is probably what you're looking at as a low. Maybe feels a bit colder with the wind chill.
Yeah.
But the really good news is that obviously we have a gear sponsor on board who is kitting out the entire team.
Oh, wow.
So all their kit that they need to stay.
Oh, no, I haven't lost Phoebe in the mid thing, have I? Phoebe, come back. Is she there? Yeah, there, Phoebe, I didn't hear you. I heard you say all the kit that you need, and then you sort of disappeared off the line. So what did you say next?
I said all the kit will be provided, so they will definitely be staying warm, dry and comfortable. And the great thing is they don't have to pay a penny for this trip. The whole idea is that they pay it forward by doing some kind of environmental initiative in their local community.
Yeah.
So the best thing is if you nominate a young person from your community to come with us, your whole community is going to benefit by their involvement because they are going to be paying it forward by maybe cleaning up a river, rewilding a section of parkland, planting trees in the local area, doing something to the benefit of their home community, as well as going and helping out with some research in Antarctica.
Honestly, it sounds captivating. The whole thing just sounds like the biggest adventure ever of all time. Have you two been there before? Have you been in Antarctica?
So I'm very lucky that I have actually been before.
Yeah. And Dwayne, you haven't been yet, or you have?
No, so my legacy stems from the Arctic, so the North.
Oh. Well, I mean, you're getting about the place a bit, aren't you? It's a bit different from a day in flipping Worthing or, Whitstable, isn't it? This is absolutely great. All right, tell me exactly what people will do, because there'll be people all over London listening thinking, my kid, or I know a boy, I know a girl, I know just the right person for this. I really do. I know someone who would be absolutely ideally suited for this, and it would benefit their lives enormously, and they're really great and they'd love it. So tell me what to do. Where do you go? What do you fill in? How do you do it?
Go to teamwe2.com. So that's WETWO.com.
Yeah.
And all the information there's a pop-up that comes up that just says nominate a young person, and it's a simple form. You just put your name and contact details and the young person's name and why you think they're a good fit. Now, that could be 2 lines or it could be 20 lines. And that's it. We get those messages, we get those nominees, and we sift through them and we find the ones that we think will be perfect for this expedition.
Gosh, what we'd really love you to do is get in touch when you get back and tell us all about it, would you? We'd love that.
Well, what might happen is we'll be doing connections while we're there. So
from there, even better. Oh, yes, please.
And Vanessa, can we just tell the young people or the people who are going to be nominating that they have until midnight on Sunday to nominate, so they need to get in there quick with their nominations.
Yes, you certainly can. It really has been an absolute delight. Phoebe Smith and Dwayne Fields there. What an amazing thing. A once-in-a-lifetime trip to Antarctica, all expenses paid. The world's first carbon negative expedition. Really, really exciting. You've only got till Sunday night at midnight to apply on behalf of a young person that you know that you think is absolutely right. It's the We2 Foundation, WE and then TWO Foundation. So if it applies applies, get on it, do it quickly, because what an amazing adventure they could be a part of. And, if you want to get in touch with any kind of Make a Difference information, anybody making a difference in the community where you live or where you are, please do. It's makeadifference, all one word, .co.uk.